How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. The following are the most insane conspiracy theories you'll ever hear. For example, did you know Australia doesn't exist? For a full explanation on that statement, you'll have to wait till the end of the video. But as always, before we get into it, hit that subscribe button for more interesting content just like this.
Everybody knows the story of JonBenet Ramsey, along with some of the most insane conspiracy theories that circulated after her death. But did you know that some people claim pop singer Katy Perry is actually the murdered pageant queen? In 1996, Ramsey was murdered in her family home. However, according to some, the murder was actually staged by her parents to cover up her kidnapping, perhaps by the Illuminati. Proponents of this theory point to the resemblance between the pop singer and photos of the late child beauty queen. Perry also makes a reference to the Ramsey case in her memoir when discussing her childhood songwriting. There's no real explanation for why this conspiracy played out. Some point to the mysterious workings of the Illuminati, others to her parents' quest for fame. The motivation behind the theory is as much a mystery as the Ramsey case itself. The Illuminati has a place in many of the world's most insane conspiracy theories, but who would have thought that they would worm their way into a popular 90s sitcom? According to the claims, the stars of Saved by the Bell were actually being brainwashed and possibly drugged by the Illuminati. Proponents cite lots of evidence, such as secret Illuminati symbols and hand gestures that can be seen in episodes of the show. This particular hand gesture is supposedly the 666 hand signal often used by members of the Illuminati to signal its ties to Satanism. According to this theory, the mind control techniques used on the young stars led to disastrous consequences. For example, Dustin Diamond apparently engaged in hypersexual activity later in life, and even stabbed someone because of how the mind control deteriorated his psyche. What was the reason for this mind-controlling experiment? Proponents of this theory suggest that the subtle signs and signals placed in the show were intended to begin the brainwashing of young viewers, to corrupt them to Satan's influence. Every country has wild animals that are so commonplace that we simply ignore their presence in our lives. But what if someone took advantage of that complacency by using those very animals to spy on us? That is the central claim behind this shocking conspiracy theory. This story centers on Iran. According to believers, the country's enemies have been using animals to gain intelligence on top-secret maneuverings within the country. The most popular theory is that environmentalists use lizards to find out where the country mines uranium. However, lizards aren't the only animals implicated by proponents of this theory. According to believers, vultures, squirrels, and dolphins can be used as spies. Vultures stand accused of helping to repopulate raptors in the Middle East, and squirrels have been detained for wearing recording devices. Dolphins are by far the most dangerous, however. They not only carry spying equipment, such as cameras, they can also be trained in combat to target underwater mines. We rely on our phones for a lot of things, but is it possible that digital assistants can predict the end of the world? According to one of the internet's more insane conspiracy theories, they can. The digital assistant known as SIRI has a lot of cute and funny quirks that users have been discovering over the years. However, one eccentricity in particular has fueled this theory. Have you ever tried asking Siri what day July 27, 2014 is? You might be surprised to hear her answer. It's Sunday, the 27th of July, 2014, opening gates of Hades. There are many theories about how this quirk in Siri's personality came about, ranging from glitches in the program to a joke by the developers. But some believe that Siri may be privy to information the rest of us lack. You might be thinking that date has come and gone and nothing has happened. Some proponents will argue that the gates of hell did indeed open on that date, and point to subsequent tragedies as evidence that we're living post-apocalypse. If you've ever walked out your door and cursed the weather, you may have more than just a cold front to blame. According to some, former President Barack Obama had powers that allowed him to control the weather. Most of the theorists who ascribe to this belief accuse Obama of using his powers to manufacture extreme weather, such as tornadoes. Why would the president do such a thing? To distract from scandals plaguing his administration. For example, in May 2013, Oklahoma was shaken by a large tornado, in which one person was killed. According to proponents of this theory, Obama created the disaster to distract the nation from the Benghazi investigation. And this is just one example of Obama's terrifying power. Another of the most insane conspiracy theories that have been circulating the world revolves around lizards. In this case, however, lizards aren't spying on us, they're ruling us. According to surveys, approximately 4% of the United States population believes that the planet is controlled by a secret ruling class made up of alien lizards in human disguises. Even the Queen of England has been implicated in this scandal. According to this theory, the alien lizards drink human blood for nourishment. They live among us and control major world governments and events such as the Holocaust and the September 11 attacks on the World Trade Center. They control the world, waiting for the right moment to completely enslave the human race. Proponents warn that although the creatures are often placed in leadership positions, anyone could be a secret alien lizard. The next bizarre theory on our list can be traced back to a single individual, Alex Jones. Known for making outlandish statements, Jones has nevertheless managed to convince many people that he knows what he's talking about. Jones's most outlandish theory once again puts creepy crawly creatures in the spotlight. This time it's frogs that are the focus. According to Jones and his believers, the US government has been putting chemicals in the water to turn people gay in an effort to decrease the population.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
His evidence? The nation's frogs that live primarily in the water are now almost all homosexual. These chemicals aren't only in the nation's water supply. According to Jones, the government has also been developing perfumes and colognes that will alter a person's sexual orientation. When you think of evil places, you probably picture haunted cemeteries or decaying houses. Little did you know, the most evil place in the world is actually an airport. According to some, the Denver airport is the center of all the world's evil. Proponents of this theory most frequently point to the disturbing art that adorns the airport, such as a statue of a horse with red eyes and hellish murals depicting death and despair. There are other sinister stories about the Denver airport that serve as evidence of its evil. For example, many of the signs apparently lead patrons in circles, and some hallways seem to lead nowhere. Some proponents of this theory even claim that security checkpoints will vanish before your eyes. Believers claim that the dark decor of the airport was created to inspire visitors to worship the devil, ever increasing the evil atmosphere that surrounds this seemingly innocuous airport. Technology and religion don't often mingle, but according to this next theory, one of the world's greatest scientific achievements is actually a front for ancient religion. According to this theory, the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland isn't there for particle physics. It was actually built to awaken Osiris, the ancient Egyptian god of the dead. Proponents of this theory have several pieces of evidence to support their claim. For example, there is apparently a massive wormhole connecting the location of the Hadron Collider to ancient Egypt. More damning evidence comes from the design of the collider itself. Images of the collider from a certain angle seem to resemble the Mayan calendar, serving as evidence that the collider was built to bring about the end of times by summoning the god of death. Before we get to that number one spot and take a look at one of the most insane theories the internet's ever cooked up, remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on channel notifications. That way you'll be notified about all our latest content. All of these conspiracy theories are wild, but our number one spot focuses on one of the Earth's wildest countries, Australia. According to one of the most insane conspiracy theories the internet has ever cooked up, Australia doesn't exist. Proponents of this theory point to Australia's extreme climate and bizarre animal life as proof that such a crazy country couldn't possibly be real. But what about the people who travel there? Where are they actually going? According to the theory, planes are secretly rerouted to other countries or even artificial locations staged by the world's leaders to trick travellers into believing they're in Australia. Why would leaders concoct an entire country? According to some, the answer lies with Australia's colonial past. The country was originally used as a prison colony for some of England's worst criminals. Theorists assert that the English government lied about sending prisoners to Australia to cover up the fact that they were secretly executing them. Australia isn't the only country that's been subject to conspiracy theories such as this. Although less popular, there are also theories that Finland doesn't exist.
If you love mysterious theories just like these ones, then you're gonna love this embedded playlist there. It's full of awesome videos for you to binge on. Leave us a comment down below or hit that thumbs up button because it lets us know you're enjoying the content. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.